Hey everyone, how's it going? So today we're going to talk about how Avengers Endgame's ending has a surprise tie-in with the original Iron Man from back in 2008. So during the final act of Avengers Endgame, we get to see probably one of the greatest comic book movie battles ever on screen. And as the battle progresses, we get to eventually see more 1v1 moments, such as Thanos directly taking on several Avengers, whether it's Captain America, Iron Man, Captain Marvel, Thor. Basically almost all the main core Avengers, at least the powerhouse Avengers, takes on Thanos one-on-one at some point, with Scarlet Witch being the one that probably had the greatest edge against Thanos 1v1. Now, this was also pretty cool because Thanos didn't have the Infinity Gauntlet, so we really got to see who Thanos was from a skill standpoint prior to the events of Infinity War. And when he does get the gauntlet again, luckily Iron Man's able to swap out the Infinity Stones from him before he can snap, and then obviously that gives Iron Man the Infinity Stones, which upon him snapping it, he eventually dies from the amount of power that probably took going through his body to actually conduct such an attack. Now, Iron Man was able to get one more phrase in before his death, and he basically says, "I am Iron Man," which is very clearly a reference to his final quote at the end of the 2008 Iron Man film when he said that during the press conference. Now, according to the Russo Brothers, they say Tony used to not say anything in that moment. We were in the editing room going, he has to say something. This is a character who has lived and died by his quips. We tried a million different lines. Nothing was really clicking as Thanos was saying, "I am inevitable." And finally, one of the editors, Jeff Ford, who had been with them for all 4 movies and, as they put it, is an amazing storyteller, he says, why don't we just go full circle with it and have him say, "I am Iron Man." And then from there, the Russo brothers were like, "Get the cameras, we have to shoot this tomorrow." So definitely is pretty cool. This is just one of a few references, it seems, to the first MCU film from back in 2008, as we also get during the funeral a moment with Pepper's gift, with Tony having the heart, all that stuff that appears, and also Tony's daughter Morgan talking with Happy. And when she's talking to Happy, there's a moment where she talks about how she likes burgers and wants a cheeseburger and all that stuff, and Happy's like, "I'll give you as many as you want." And that seemed to be a very clear reference to Tony wanting a cheeseburger as soon as he returned from being captured in the Iron Man film, before obviously he started actually becoming Iron Man for the first time. So definitely a lot of really cool references here and there to the first Iron Man film. But one of the coolest ones that I think a lot of people probably weren't that aware of until the Russo brothers mentioned it was the fact that not only did they film this scene of Iron Man's death and all that, not only did they film that last with regards to filming both Infinity War and Endgame, but the scene where it took place in was also the same location where Robert Downey Jr. first auditioned for the role of Iron Man way back when. And I think this is just such a cool thing. I think it's really nice. I don't know if it was super intentional that they did it there. It definitely is awesome that they did this, because it just really puts a proper exclamation point on the role of Tony Stark throughout the MCU, his life and death, all those good things. But comment below your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think about this? Do you think this is cool? Do you think it's, not that awesome? Let us know your thoughts down below, and we'll see you guys later.